Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. 2004 Toyota Tacoma SR5 V6 four-wheel drive manual transmission, differential lock system operation, clutch start cancellation, rear diff lock. So that's for that rear diff lock. We have a problem with this four-wheel drive system. See it right here, the lever selector and the button. The button operates, you can push it in and out. But the customer says there is a non-stop flashing four-wheel drive indicator symbol. And you can see it, it's correct. There is a malfunction in that system and he wants to have it diagnosed. I feel a great responsibility here because he gave it to another shop which is specialized for the four-wheel drive vehicles. They had it for 1.5 weeks. Didn't fix anything, didn't give him any answer what they tested. And after 1.5 weeks, he took it from them. He said, I'm done waiting. They charged him $160. I saw the paperwork. It says nothing. Just says labor charge. There's no story, nothing. So he took it out. And now I'm supposed to be the one who finds what's the problem and fixes it. So wish me luck. She's nicely in the air, and here is our transfer case, and we have that entire actuator here which is switching from two-wheel drive to the four-wheel drive. This is going to the back, that's a two-wheel drive, and here we have propeller shaft which will be actually entering the front diff, and 2 CV axles will be continuing or providing us with four-wheel drive. This unit, this actuator might be bad, the wiring harness might be bad. I just disconnected it and you are wondering what is this? I'm sure you do. Well, there's a sensor, position sensor, which checks the fork. There is a fork which is coming in and out of this transfer case, which is shifting from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. So not only you are worried or interested about the function of this, but this could be working correctly. But if the position sensor, which is right here, is not working correctly, that will also confuse the whole system and the light might be flashing. So I already cracked it loose. It's a 27mm right here. It has a washer. And let's go and test this position sensor. Here it is, that's how it looks like. So here is the switch. I have it in the ohms right here. When it's fully extended, there should be open, there should be no continuity whatsoever. So let's see if I can confirm it. Now my probes are touching both contacts and it's that OL, and now I will push it all the way in. I hope you heard it. That's all the way in, and it keeps changing a lot. I'm not sure if this switch is okay, guys. Yep. It's very sensitive and the numbers never stay the same. It keeps just traveling. Now it's ohms. Yep. Switch might be defective. I use the mirror and I look inside of that actuator and I can see the shaft, it's fully extended in. This is not a vacuum hose which failed, that's just the vent to ventilate the unit in the case there will be some moisture inside. There might be completely plugged inside by the dirt, sand, dust. This is a surfing vehicle, so this might be completely corroded and the motor might be stuck. As expected, the unit is completely flooded by the water. Hopefully you saw it coming out. The entire shaft right here, it's rusted on that electric motor. These are all the contacts which are checking the position. Also, two of them are feeding that motor. Here you can hopefully see that unit. So the wheel, the plastic wheel and the teeth are okay. Here are those contacts. Now let's see if the fork, if it will be moving fork forward and back. Yep. Yep. So this will be the fork out. And you can confirm when I'm turning the main propeller shaft right here, the small one right here is not turning. When I engage all the way forward, which just happened, if I turn this one is moving too. I know you want to see it. So this is engaged clockwise. Look, it's disengaged. So this all works correctly. We have problem most likely in the position sensor because it keeps running in kilo ohms, mega ohms and so on. So that's already a problem. And you saw this entire unit, it's flooded with the water and maybe the motor cannot even work. There's a nice old oil, that's all fine, not a problem. There is already possible that just this area was the problem of flashing. The switch was being switched back to two-wheel drive. This unit was actually still connected. When I open it, it was in four-wheel drive, and the sensor, which is supposed to also read the position of it for the ECN, the sensor is finicky, most likely bad, because the data on it is changing all the time. So we have multiple problems here. And where is the water? There is a rust. Do you see that orange on those contacts? Of course, that's completely rusted. So even if those feeling contacts, which are on the vehicle right now, if they try to read that position where they are, well, there is a rust. There will be no good contact. This has to be cleaned first, and then I can try if that motor will move, if this works. I just tested the motor touching these two electric connectors which are coming to it from here. The motor perfectly works, no problem. I have cleaned everything, all the rust. I looped that motor shaft. I put everything back, connected the wire harnesses, trimmed that freight end on it's a vent line. It's all back. Let's see if anything will change in the cabin. Let's see if everything cleaned, positioned correctly in the actuator, looped, and the sensor back. Let's see if it will change the fact that the light was always flashing no matter what you did. Didn't have to even start it. Sure enough, the computer is reading everything fine, and therefore somebody's coming in the shop. Everything's fine. You can see it right here. Okay, where we were, that was a customer dropping off car for tomorrow. So I dealt with him. We fixed also the problem with that horrible noise from the engine. That's different video. Here is our unit, 4-wheel drive. We have no warning light flashing for malfunction. I completely heard that unit from underneath. Yep, it's working. I should probably turn off the engine so you can hear it. Did you hear that, guys? And disconnect. Unbelievable. We fixed this vehicle. As I said, it blows your mind. It was at the 4-wheel drive specialist just down the road here in our town. They had it for 1.5 weeks. Didn't do anything. The guy actually apparently was seeking ECM behind the glove box. The owner of this vehicle said after 1.5 weeks when he decided to go get it, the glove box was on the floor because the guy said, I'm looking for the electric wiring connectors on the ECM. It's a super complicated system and I will need it for longer. Unbelievable story, isn't it? It is what it is. I'm happy I got lucky. It was so easy. That position sensor has that weird reading on it. I will still recommend to replace that. Just that small little thing with 2 wires and 27mm socket. It's easy to replace. Shouldn't be too expensive. Just because I don't like the impedance keeps varying no matter how I holding it, it just keeps moving, so I don't like that. I don't know if it's flooded or if it's going to break soon. So they will be replaced in the future, but right now we can here engage and disengage on the whole system and it's working again. Unbelievable. It's a little miracle in my opinion. Just did a test drive with her. She will go all the way to the 4-wheel drive flow and she will get out of it, despite the fact I still recommend replacing that position switch for the transfer case fork position reading. But all the systems correctly engaged. It's working. I will say it's a little miracle today. I like it.